Hello. Welcome back to this YouTube video. Take 4. So let me tell you guys. Hi everybody, welcome back to my video. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you clicked on the video and got to start this day or this evening or from whatever time you're watching. I'm just glad you had a chance to click on the video. My energy is why? Because I have been sitting here for the last 2 hours recording this video, and then without knowing it, it just times out and the video disappears and I can't retrieve it. And so just when I'm about to finish recording, it goes. So I guess that's my cue to not talk so much, because I've been talking so much. But here we are. We must do what we must do. So welcome back to a new video. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video. I was on leave and then I got unwell, and so I've just had a crazy 2-3 weeks, but I'm hoping that I can just get back into the move of things. And some of the content ideas I have require me to have other people, and so I have found myself kind of postponing, because I'm like, but I want to shoot. I want the next video to be this one, and I have to shoot with this person, and this person is not available. So it's been chaotic. But then I've just decided, you know what, it's fine. Let me just shoot the ones I can do by myself, and we move on from there. So a little update of my space. Can you notice what is different? Can you? Anyway, so when I was on leave, I changed my walls. This is now my wall. This is just the wall. No wallpaper, no nothing. There used to be an ugly wallpaper. If I have a picture, I'll insert it there. And I really used to hate it. But then I kept postponing because I was looking at not living here for too long. But then the plans that were there were cut short, and so that means I'll be here for a minute. And so I said, if I'm going to be here for a while, then let me at least make the world something that I'm happy to look at every day I come home. So yeah, I removed the wallpapers. I had recorded that as part of a vlog for when I was on leave, but I didn't get enough material or enough videos to make a full vlog. So I'll just insert them there if I can, and then you see what it was before and what it is now. So yeah, that's a little update of my life. So today I'm going to talk about 7 things that I know about love and relationships. This is stemming from a conversation I once had with 3 of my friends. Was it 3 or 4? Four people. So there was my friend Moz Mushoki, Cliff Alambo, Jael. Hi Jael. Oh girl, I miss you. Jael is a fantastic writer. If you want to engage with her content, please look for Unveil. Unveil. I don't know if it's .com or .co.ke, but if you just search Unveil and look for Jael Care, I should be able to see it on Google. And yeah, go through her material. She's a fantastic writer. And another friend of mine called Osanya. So these 4 guys, 4 people, they wrote their perspectives of what they thought love was. For Moz and Cliff, their biggest inclination was that you cannot love people, or you cannot love someone in a relationship, a romantic relationship, if you do not understand the concept of agape love. And I did find that very profound, and I see how that has played out in their lives, because they are now both married to fantastic women. And so I see what that meant and how they have carried that through in their lives and in their marriages. And then Colin's, also Giles' perspective was quite very relatable as far as our everyday life is concerned. So these 3 people talked about it from a religious standpoint or a Christian standpoint, and then Collins talked about it from our everyday life standpoint. And that was about 4-5 years ago. And now that I sit here and think about it, I kind of see where both these groups of people was coming from. And now I have formed some opinions that I think are true for me. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna walk you through. So I have 7 points. Where there's a story to tell, I will tell it. Where the story is a bit still sore, please forgive me. I don't want to cry on this video. I do not want to cry. And then where there's no story, I'll just give you why I think that's that, and then we can move on. Please feel free to comment. Remember to, sorry, this thing I'm eating. Yeah, feel free to comment. Remember to subscribe, share this with your friends, hit the like button, and then we cruise nicely on this video. So my first point is, being in love or in a romantic relationship, or even in any relationship really, will expose who you truly are. Guys, let me tell you, when you're in a relationship with somebody, that's when your true colors really come out. The reason I say that is, you see, on the onset of any relationship, it's easy for us to only give our best side, you know. So because we're still getting to know this person, we want to leave a nice, lasting, good impression on them. So we only give them our best side. So when we are doing our hair, you know, make sure that cut is coming on the right side. You know, if it's a middle part, it's a perfect middle part. If we are doing our nails, you know, we make sure that they are on point as ladies. You know what I mean, yeah? So you give your best at the onset of a relationship, but the moment you settle into that relationship and you become comfortable, these other parts of you as well that are you know, begin to show up. And so what does that mean for that relationship? It just means that it's important for people to know that in as much as this person is this good, they also might have other sides of them that are not necessarily fantastic. And that doesn't automatically mean that now the relationship should end. No, it just means that it's important for you to know that this person is not perfect. Some of their imperfections might come up in the course of your relationship, and you need to be able to know how to handle that. So if the imperfection is, say, the way they talk to people, or maybe leaving socks, you know, on the floor and things like that, those are things you might not be able to see necessarily, especially if you are the kind of person who will wait to be married, you know, to live with somebody. Then you will not be able to see some of these things up until you get married. And so that does not mean now you go and you realize this guy will never put his socks in the dirty basket. Now, do you go and divorce? Do you leave the husband? No, you don't. You find ways to work that out. So that's just one thing I know happens a lot in relationships, is that who you truly are is exposed the more you stay. And I feel like it's more so for married people. Like when you're dating, sometimes it's easy to jificha, you know. And if you're upset, maybe your toxic trait when you're upset is you break plates. Guy, that's toxic. Yeah, but now maybe you're in someone's house, you can't go to their house and break his plates, so you go home, you know, you go to your house and you break your own plate. But now if you're married, you end up breaking the plates in your house, you're in your spouse's house. And so that's something to be on the lookout for, yeah, so that you have a chance to better yourself, for you and also for your partner. The second point, it is possible to be in love with someone and that someone is not in love with you back. A moment of silence for those of us who this point is cutting deep. Oh, let me tell you guys, I think if you watched my previous video with my niece Doreen, I was telling her how I used to date this guy in high school, and then one time he called me and told me he loves me like a sister. Guy, woo, woo. Let me tell you, that thing, I feel like it really umared me for a very long time. Safe to say, right now, if I was to meet him, we'd say hi. We'll just be like, oh, niaje, uko, nakuona boss, uko fiti. Like, we're cordial. I can't say we're BFFs, but we're also not enemies, because we were really good friends. And I think that point will come up in some of my points that I'm talking about. But yeah, I just realized that sometimes life is just like that. You might be in a situation where you are in love with somebody more than they're in love with you. And in such cases, I think it's just important for you to accept that and choose which side of that spectrum you want to be in. Because I've seen people who, keep staying in that relationship knowing full well that this person does not feel the same way they feel about, they don't feel, they're not reciprocating the feelings, or they're not in love, in short, hawakupendi vile wewe unawapenda, and so they choose to stay, and then eventually it's a massive heartbreak, and you're just thinking, but he told you, ladies, when a guy tells you they're not ready to commit, imagine, believe them, even if they call you 67 times in a day. Just remember that they said they're not ready for commitment. So if you choose to engage in those conversations, if you choose to pick the phone calls, if you choose to go on those dates, if you choose to give of your body to them, just know that that person also told you that they're not ready for a relationship. So don't expect that just because you are doing these things together, that now they will change their mind. It hardly ever happens. It really hardly ever happens. So if you find yourself in that situation, choose yourself and move, forward with your life. Number 3, just because you visited their parents and had a beautiful photo shoot does not mean the relationship won't end. Hiyo ingine imewachapa, imewanyonga. I'm sorry, guys. So here's the thing. When I was in campus, we used to have this, like how people would announce, because there would be speculations, like you'd see people together sana, and then you're like, nani na nani umeona, hata umeona, and then mutabaki tu hapo na moshene, then it will never be clear. So how these two people will announce that they're together is that they'll go for this nice photo shoot, alafu they'll post on WhatsApp status or on IG or on Facebook, and then write this very Christianese thing and be like, they say a friend sticks closer than a brother. Let me tell you, hey, like I used to look at those things and I'm just like, oh my God, wow. And we would drool over how nice those people looked together. And for some of those relationships, imagine they ended, some even before campus, some after campus. And I'm not rejoicing in the fact that they ended or mocking them or saying that it is wrong. But just because, you did things together, those are just memories you created. If the relationship comes to an end, it does not mean, now that you are a failure. And if it was for me, if I would have a say in that, I think allow that relationship to solidify. And when a relationship has solidified, that hakuna templating and tasema ikifika hapa, now it has solidified. No, you yourself will know. And when you know that that's the case, then and you want to post all over social media and share, your gift of love and your partner with the world, then, do so. But even people who have been married, we've seen that on social media already. They break up, the marriages end, it doesn't negate the good memories you've had. But I feel like for us young people, sometimes we have placed such things on a pedestal, so that then kama hamjafanya photoshoot hamko pamoja, kama hamjapostiana Instagram ukasema the apple of my eye, happy Valentine's. Najua hii Valentine's kuna watu walipitia ka heartbreak, and just because the way you feel or you think love should be portrayed, does not mean that the relationship is not okay. And just because it has been portrayed in a way you think should be, it means that relationship is okay. Some people have gone on photo shoots because they were fighting and he wanted to do something to squash the fight, and then they get there, the fight is squashed kidogo, and then after like 3 weeks it comes up again, and then now they've broken up and the photos have been taken and they have posted them. So now what happens? So yeah, it's just like that. So don't really over depend on those things. They really don't matter so much. Number 4, friendship is a key foundation or baseline of you to have a good, healthy, and hopefully possibly a successful relationship. When you're good friends with someone, and that's what I was alluding to in my earlier point with the guy I was telling you I used to like, and I don't know, like love, I don't know. And then he told me he loves me like a sister. The reason I can meet him on the road and still, you know, say hi and we can still be cordial with each other is because we had been friends for a very long time before, you know, we started dating. We were in Sunday school together. Oops, my phone is dying. Okay, I hope it will be able to record despite. Yeah, so we were in Sunday school together, and then we were also in teens church together, and we had, let me see, just a minute. Okay, we shall try and push through with the little battery that is left. Yeah, so I was just saying that, you know, we were in Sunday school together, we were in teens church together, youth church together, and so we really had a good friendship. And that's why, despite us not working romantically, you know, we still have a friendship that we can still ride on from time to time when we meet or when we catch up online. Yeah, so friendship is really good because when the romantic part is not romanticing, you know, when the romance is not romancing, you can still ride on the friendship. So that then you're saying you don't want to upset your friend, you don't want to hurt your friend, you know, you want to make your friend feel like they're respected, they're valued, and so it goes beyond just how you feel towards that person. Point number 5, people change, people grow, people evolve. You have to have other things that make you, you know, commit to that relationship. So for example, if you have met somebody as hot and gorgeous as myself, gorgeous with a Z, gorgeous, yeah, guys, do not overread that. Yeah, so if you met someone who, you know, looks really good on the outside, things could change. Let me tell you, I've known people who, you know, have had accidents and lost parts of their bodies, and you know, that thing that used to make you really attracted to them. So for example, if it's a smile and then sadly they get a burn, and now, you know, when they smile, it's not as cute as it used to be because they have a big scar on their face or something like that. Does that now mean now you don't love this person? You know, absolutely not. So it's important. I'm not saying the physical is not, you have to be physically attracted to that person, but it's also important to have other things and other elements of that relationship that work and not only the physical. Because when the physical is taken away, then the relationship is as good as dead, because that is the only thing that keeps the relationship alive. So just know that people will change. I will not look this hot, you know, when I'm 50. I'll actually be hotter. And so are you able to keep up with the level of hotness in degrees that I would have gotten to, you know? So you if you can't keep up, if you just wanted me to remain this nice hot, and now become hot times 55, and you can't handle that, so now, you know, so in short, what I'm just trying to say, I know, gassing myself up, it's one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, I mean, people change, things could happen, good, bad, you know, someone could lose weight, maybe someone will get unwell because of your relationship, and because of that they lose so much weight, and you know, the curves and edges that used to be there before are now no longer there. You have to be able to push through beyond that. So always have that at the back of your mind, even as you fall in love. Number 6, you are constantly choosing your partner, and this is over every other thing that you guys are going to face. So you guys will fight, you guys will have issues, you guys will disagree on different things. He will want, you know, a sofa that is chester, and you want this one that has cushions, and you know, it becomes a big thing, and then it turns from sofa fight to you never listen, you never agree with me, and then it becomes a whole thing, and then it spirals. So you have to remember that even as you fight, I like an analogy that someone shared, that it's you and your partner against the problem, not you against your partner. So when you look at it like that, what that does to you is that it allows you to continue to choose your partner despite your disagreement, despite your difference in opinions, because you are individual people and you will have different opinions. For example, I know households who during last year's election were supporting different presidential candidates. And so that does not mean that the marriage falls apart just because this presidential candidate won and the other didn't. You know, you have to be able to choose your partner despite your differences, and that's what will keep you guys together for longer and, you know, going even stronger. My last point, and I find this really a good way to finish it: praying for your partner and praying with your partner can be such an intimate thing. You have no idea. You have no idea, you guys. So one time I was in a restaurant with somebody, and, you know, we had been talking and having fun and laughing and catching up, and then the food comes, and then he stretches his hands towards me, and, you know, he says, let's pray. Ha, you guys, Mayo, I was just like, you guys, oh, it was so cute. It was so cute and so beautiful. And so the thing about invoking the name of Jesus and the name of God in a relationship is that, you know, we have this higher power, especially if you're a believer. The higher power of God, it feels like release, that I can trust God with this person, I can trust God with this relationship. Because the thing about relationships sometimes is that we try to figure it out on our own, yeah. And when we do that, we find ourselves in situations where we're just like, why is it not working? And you feel so frustrated. But when you trust Jesus and you trust God with what you're trying to build, then even he's able to come in and guide and lead and share his wisdom with you as far as that relationship is concerned. And even as I say that, I discourage brothers from coming to women and telling them, I prayed and I dreamt and the Lord gave me a vision that you're my wife. Guys, there are better pickup lines than that. Me personally, if you come to me with that, I'll just be like, okay, tell God to, you know, give you me, because me, as far as I'm concerned, no thanks, please, so much. So that's not a pickup line. It's not cute. It's not it's not it doesn't fly, really, guys. It doesn't fly. So the God who showed you that this is your wife will also give you tips on how to hit on her correctly. So those are my 7 points. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you liked what I talked about. Feel free to share some of the things you've experienced, comment on what I have shared. If there's something you feel like you agree with strongly and you want to comment, feel free to do so. If there's something you feel you disagree with strongly, again, feel free to comment. It's a space where we can all share our own perspectives and opinions about things. But I think these are the 7 things. So I think I'll be doing a bit more series on love and relationships, because it's something I'm really passionate about. And feel free to let me know what else you'd like me to talk about as far as this topic is concerned. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you very, very soon, in a week's time or thereabout. If not, see you when you see me. Thank you again. Bye.